My name is Roseanne Parlay. I'm the daughter of Miguel Rivera and the youngest sibling of 5 children. My dad, date of birth was January 4th, 46. He basically, we're here basically to try to repeal that wrongful death act, because my dad was a victim of multiple negligence occurrences when he arrived at the hospital. My dad was sent to the emergency room via ambulance on January 20th of 2021. He ended up being admitted for cardiac arrest and respiratory distress. He was a 75-year-old man. He was completely mobile. He basically was very independent, and immediately, we got a call that he was in ICU, unresponsive, and all of a sudden he was there quite some time. Anyway, so he was there for a while, and we basically, I would call multiple times, keep my family informed, and we got the call from the physicians stating, "Oh, we limit our calls to 1 call." That was one thing. And I asked after several weeks, it was a couple of weeks, I kept asking, "Are you rotating my dad? Are you making sure he doesn't have any ulcers? Making sure he's okay?" And after 4 weeks, going on 5, I think it was maybe 6 weeks, we realized that one of the nurses told us, "Oh, he does have, it's just a scratch on his bottom, and it's nothing big." And I said, okay, finally I got in there, and finally I was able to actually see this, and this was at the very kind of like weeks down the road. It ended up being so necrotic, and it was kind of in the sacral area, and I stood there watching because I wanted to see for myself, because there was so much negligence. And till this day, we still don't have those reports of the wound and the pathology reports. On top of that, there was another incident where my dad had pulled out his IVs. He pulled them out, and he told me a couple days afterwards, after that had happened, that he was having pain. I had called because I couldn't get into the hospital. I kept calling and calling, speaking to the AOD, speaking to a nurse, trying to find out.
Yeah, we're down to about 30 seconds. I'm not trying to rush
Okay.
you or anything.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So he was on cardizem, and I just wanted to let you know that he was basically neglected there, and they didn't give him any medication till the next morning. I put a report in AOD. We've been in contact with the Joint Commission. I have 4 siblings and myself, my mom, under complete distress. A lot of suffering. The Foley catheter was pulled out, and that caused him to get on a urinary irrigation, which caused him a major infection. He had to be on dialysis afterwards because he had. It was just one thing.
I don't want to cut you off. I don't want to cut you off, Rose, because I know you got a few seconds left. But I just wanted to say that we did an autopsy report, and the autopsy report basically says what my sister was saying about my dad's death. And it's messed up because all the effort that she put in there, my sisters and everybody, and still they even the doctor didn't even had the audacity to call the one that took care of my dad. He didn't even have the audacity to call my sister and say, "Your dad passed away," nothing like that. He was just gone.
Hello?
Still here. Does anyone else from the Rivera family want to speak while we are all together, if you are able to unmute yourself?
Yeah. One thing I wanted to add, we were there, and his blood pressure was dropping, so we kind of knew, but he never called. The physician never called us. I knew because I was on the portal every single night, 3 a.m, 4 a.m, 6 a.m. I was on that portal all the time. I'd be an advocate for my dad, because honestly, you cannot just let it go. I mean, they will not pick up the phone to tell you, oh, this is the status of your dad, or this is how your dad's doing today. So it was us being the advocate, and they tried to keep pushing, oh, why don't you DNR your dad? Just DNR him. And he kept telling him he's not a DNR. We want to do everything that you can do to help him and give him that chance in life. But it was a big struggle. So I just wanted to, thank you.
Thank you, my sister. I love you.
Thanks. It's not easy, and I hear a lot of similar